Every automaker right now is racing to make their cars the best on the market. And because of this, we've seen quite a number of facelifts and complete overhauls. This has just brought a lot of style to the roads. For others, they've focused less on the design and looks of the cars and more on the powertrains. We've seen quite a number of new hybrids, plug-in hybrids, and EVs being introduced. Skoda is not far behind in this race as they introduced the 2024 Skoda Superb. Even though they left everyone guessing with supposedly leaked images, they've now released the official details of the car. And from what they said, this is quite an upgrade for the car. So what's new with the 2024 Skoda Superb? Let's find out, shall we? Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we'll look at the 2024 Skoda Superb as we learn what new features we can expect. But before we continue, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing updates on your favorite cars. And with that, let's find out what's in store for us. Since Skoda started operating under the Volkswagen Group, it's grown in a very huge way. In fact, it's even made people prefer the models from Lada Boleslav to the detriment of those coming from Wolfsburg. As such, the automaker still has to maintain this, making sure that they live up to the name. Not so long ago, the 4th generation Skoda Superb was unveiled, and it greatly overlapped with the Passat to a lesser extent. The only thing that makes this somewhat impossible is that the latter no longer comes as a sedan. As for Czechia's flagship, it still comes as a sedan, but it's more of a hatchback because it has a more practical tailgate. Just like every other Skoda you'll come across, the 2024 Skoda Superb is an unpretentious car that was designed with families and fleet operators in mind. This is because it offers lots of space and incredible practicality that is unmatched, even in this shrinking segment. And for this new generation, it might just stand out since its competition has been axed. We're talking about the Opel Insignia, Ford Mondeo, and Renault Talisman. Now, mainstream midsize sedans are few and far between in Europe. Some of the most common ones here are the Peugeot 508, the Mazda 6, and the Toyota Camry. Even though a lot of people have said that the 2024 Skoda Superb is a next-gen car, its styling is simply evolutionary, and it embodies the definition of a facelift. As much as the wheelbase has not been changed at all, still standing at 2,841 millimeters, there have been some changes to the other proportions of the vehicle. First of all, both body styles are 15 millimeters narrower. On the other hand, the liftback is 43 millimeters longer and 12 millimeters taller compared to its predecessor, while the wagon is now 40 millimeters longer and 5 millimeters taller. At first glance, the body might look instantly familiar. However, it is sleeker than before, all thanks to the drag coefficient of the hatchback being lowered by 10% to a total CD of 0.23. On the other hand, the wagon has a 15% reduction of the same, bringing the total CD to 0.25. Even though the changes to the dimensions may seem like nothing, they have had a significant impact on the headroom for both front and rear passengers. As for the cargo space, it has increased by 20 liters, now reaching a total of 645 liters. For the wagon, it has seen an increase in cargo space by 30 liters, giving it a total of 690 liters. Something else that varies when it comes to sizes is the alloy wheel sizes, which range from 16 to 19 inches. When it comes to the body colors, you'll have a chance to pick from a collection of 8. And of these 8, 6 of them are new. These are Purity White, Iced Tea Yellow, Cobalt Blue, Ebony Black, Carmine Red, and Pebble Silver. It all depends now on the color that you decide to go for, and which one appeals to you. As much as the exterior of the new Superb looks similar to its predecessor, the same cannot be said about the interior. The cabin has been revamped by removing almost all of the traditional controls. There will still be some old school buttons for quick access to some features, but most of the controls will be integrated into the screens. And talking of screens, the dashboard will be decorated with a screen that will either measure 10 or 13 inches. This will depend entirely on what trim level you will go for. On the other hand, no matter the screen size you choose, you will still get the 10-inch digital driver's display, given that it's standard in all trims. For an additional cost, you can also get a head-up display. This is the first time that the Superb will have the option of a head-up display. To add to the style being offered on the dashboard, the center console has a certain party trick where 3 knobs will each incorporate screens that will probably be 1.25 inches big. For these little screens, Skoda has called them the Smart Dials. And they have even said that they will be pretty configurable so that you can choose what each does. The outer ones are mainly used to adjust the seat heating and ventilation, and in some cases, even the interior temperature. I mean, I know we're all heading to a world of more technology in everything, especially cars, but this is already taking it to the next level. The smart dial in the middle will then be used mainly to access the volume, driving modes, smart air conditioning, fan speed, and even air direction. Skoda is really making most of the features available to the driver, making them feel as though they're in control. However, with the little smart dials, you can only choose up to 4 features to control, which are mainly chosen from the infotainment menu. Last but not least, the center smart dial is flanked by conventional buttons for windscreen ventilation, rear window heating, air recirculation, and automatic air conditioning functions. But as far as functions and controls go, the 2024 Skoda Superb will definitely make you feel like you're in control of every aspect of your car. When it comes to the powertrains, this is where it gets interesting. First of all, there are the usual VAG suspects, starting with a 1.5-liter gasoline unit with a mild hybrid setup. This one is capable of producing about 150 horsepower, and it's only available with a front-wheel drive setup. There's another, larger 2.0-liter mill, which is powerful enough to produce up to 204 horsepower or 265 horsepower. But for the latter, it only comes with all-wheel drive. The beauty of this car is that there's a diesel side to it, for those who love a bit more power. For this, there's only a 2.0-liter with either 150 horsepower coming from a front-wheel drive setup or 193 horsepower coming with an all-wheel drive setup. No matter which engine you decide to go for, Skoda will install a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission, which is where all the power will be going through. And speaking of the gearbox, the lever has been relocated to the steering wheel column, which leaves a bit more space between the front seats. Only for the Superb wagon, the plug-in hybrid will come with a 1.5-liter gasoline engine that will be combined with an electric motor. And together, they will give the car about 204 horsepower. This is the same setup that comes with the new Kodiaq, so you can be sure to be impressed. The electrified setup only comes with front-wheel drive, and the engine has been paired with a 6-speed DSG transmission. With the 25.7 kilowatt-hour battery that it comes with, you can be sure of going a little above 62 miles without using any gasoline in the tank. And when it comes to charging it up, you can use up to 50 kilowatts, which will take about 25 minutes to get it from 0 to 80%. Skoda has also made it somewhat self-charging, in that the battery gets some juice thanks to the brake energy recuperation. Skoda will always come with some cool new features, and from what we've seen, it is rather promising. This is a car that will make you feel like you're driving a luxury car, all at affordable prices. So, what do you think of the 2024 Skoda Superb? Feel free to let us know in the comments down below. And before you go, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing updates on your favorite cars. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.